Thomas, Executive Chair of Patagonia Lithium, joins me now. And Phil, we're very keen to hear from you. What is the latest on drilling from your Formentera Lithium Sands project in Argentina?
Hi, Danielle. Thanks for having me. It's really exciting. We're down to 120 metres. The drill rig is running through really porous sandstones. And in fact, we're actually delighted with the porosity. A couple of other geologists that visited said it's probably the most porous sandstones they've ever seen. So we're delighted with getting that information verified from other geologists, and the process is to drill down to 600 metres, and of course the outcome of that is to increase our mineral resource and get more than 551,000 tonnes of lithium carbonate equivalent.
Can you tell us a bit more about increasing the resource? We have noticed big news from you recently about upgrading inferred and indicated resources by 319%.
Yeah, that's right. It was a great result, and it was the drainable resource. So when you're calculating how much brine you can pump per day to process, that's the important number, what's drainable, as opposed to what your total resource was. In January this year, we calculated about 3.8 million tonnes of lithium carbonate equivalent, but that was for the block model. Now we're down to what we call the domains or the aquifers, and we've got a much more accurate picture. The key point here is that the more drill holes you get, the higher the confidence is. And of course, our target is to get to an indicated resource for basically the whole of the property. And then that allows us to go on to a scoping study and then obviously production. But we're sort of jumping the gun a bit and getting all our permits in place for production of the 1,000 tonne demonstration plant, and then we'll increase that to 10 or 20,000 tonnes, whatever the market looks like at the time that we make the decision. So, and all the statistics are looking great. We've got very low resistivity, high conductivity, total dissolved solids is very low, and we've got fairly high specific gravity. So they're all the key markers for a successful lithium brine assay.
So building on this terrific momentum, can you tell us specifically in the near term, what are those big targets for you in Q1 2026?
Okay, so getting the assays done. We're doing packet tests every 30 metres, so that's kind of number one. Number two is doing the seismic survey so we can determine the basement. And then after that, it's basically giving it to WSP to increase or to review and update the model for our domain resource. So they're the big three, and there'll be other work on porosity done to complement the gamma survey, which will be done as soon as we finish this well. So that's pretty important to do straight away while the drilling rig's there. But we're really looking forward to the pumping test as well. And that's all included in our drilling operations.
And of course, Phil, we know Formentera is not the only project on the books. Can you tell us, are there any major milestones that we're hoping to achieve for the rest of 2026?
Yeah, look, we've got some really interesting rock chip samples down in Brazil in the Araxá anomaly, which is a carbonatite, and we found some phennites, and phennites are types of rocks which have been metamorphosed, and that's the signature rock we're chasing. So now that we've found the pathfinder, we've got to move on and get a rig in there and some other mapping work done, and that'll then introduce us to the heavy rare earth oxides, which is obviously in great demand in the US at the moment. So we're just building the preparation around that, but our well at Formentera is around about $600,000, so we've got to make sure that we get bang for buck there as well. But certainly rare earths is on the horizon, and of course we're right next door to the niobium mine in Brazil run by CMOC, which happens to be the second largest niobium mine in the world. So they've got about 89% of the world's production of niobium phosphate. So we're in good company.
Well, sounds like we have a lot to look out for from Patagonia, around Patagonia. So Phil, thanks so much for the updates.
Daniel, great to be with you. Thanks very much.